The inside of Jupiter is not gas. Below its clouds, hydrogen is compressed until its electrons break free, and it flows like water while conducting electricity like copper wire. That substance does not exist anywhere on Earth's surface. Jupiter has an ocean of it 40,000 kilometers deep. That is one planet. There are 7 others, and what is inside all of them is stranger than any model predicted. Before we go further, leave a comment telling us where you are watching from. We want to know who we are sharing with. Chapter 1. The inside of Saturn has no floor. Below its cloud bands, hydrogen gradually thickens under increasing pressure until the boundary between atmosphere and planet simply stops existing. There is no moment where gas ends and solid begins. There is only pressure building until the rules of chemistry change. At roughly 10,000 kilometers below the cloud tops, the pressure reaches 10 million times that of Earth's surface. At that depth, carbon falls from above as diamonds. Lightning in Saturn's upper atmosphere converts methane into graphite. The graphite sinks. Pressure converts it into diamond. The diamonds keep falling until the temperature and pressure become so extreme that diamond itself melts into liquid. Saturn may contain an ocean of liquid diamond at its core. The diamonds do not accumulate there, they dissolve. The process runs continuously. Saturn produces an estimated 1,000 tons of diamonds per year, and none of them survive the descent. Cassini's final orbits in 2017 measured Saturn's gravity field with the highest precision ever achieved. The data did not match the model. The model predicted a compact, rocky core surrounded by layers of metallic and molecular hydrogen, with clear boundaries between them. The data showed something gradual, a blurring of rock and metallic material extending across nearly half the planet's radius, with no sharp boundary between the core and the material above it. The team called it a fuzzy core. The standard model of gas giant formation assumes a solid rocky center triggers the accumulation of gas around it. Saturn's interior suggests the center of a gas giant is not a floor, but a gradient. The model has not been resolved. Chapter 2. Uranus keeps a secret no other planet does. Every gas giant in the solar system radiates more energy than it receives from the Sun. Jupiter radiates nearly twice as much. Saturn radiates 2.5 times more. Neptune radiates 2.6 times more. Uranus radiates almost exactly what it receives. Something inside Uranus is trapping its own internal heat and preventing it from escaping into space. The leading hypothesis involves the impact that knocked Uranus onto its side billions of years ago. The collision may have created an internal layer of material that acts as a thermal barrier, insulating the core and blocking heat from reaching the surface. That layer has never been directly observed. The anomaly has no confirmed explanation. Uranus also has the most asymmetric magnetic field of any planet in the solar system. It is offset from the planet's geographic center by 1/3 of the planet's total radius and tilted 60 degrees from the rotational axis. As Uranus rotates, the field tumbles and twists, periodically opening and closing to the solar wind in pulses that follow the planet's rotation. No other planet does this. The one spacecraft that visited Uranus had 24 hours to collect data in January 1986. No mission has returned. Everything known about what is happening inside Uranus comes from that single flyby, and from measurements taken at a distance of billions of kilometers. Chapter 3. Neptune should be colder than Uranus. It is farther from the Sun. It receives less heat. By every standard model of planetary physics, Uranus should be the warmer, of the two ice giants. Instead, Neptune is the colder planet and has winds moving at 2,100 kilometers per hour, despite receiving 900 times less sunlight than Earth. Something inside Neptune is generating enough heat to drive the most violent, sustained wind speeds in the solar system, with almost no energy source to explain them. Neptune radiates 2.6 times more energy than it receives. The mechanism producing that internal heat is poorly understood. The models that explain Jupiter and Saturn's excess heat do not scale cleanly to Neptune. The one spacecraft that measured Neptune's interior conditions directly, Voyager 2, had 24 hours to do so in August 1989. The great dark spot it photographed, a storm the size of Earth, had vanished by the time Hubble looked 5 years later. A new one had formed elsewhere. Neptune's weather rewrites itself in years, on a planet that takes 165 years to orbit the Sun once. The timescale makes no sense. The energy source is insufficient. The storms keep forming anyway. Chapter 4. Mercury should not have a magnetic field. A planet this small should have a completely solidified core, and a solid core cannot generate a magnetic field through the dynamo effect. Mercury has one. It is 1% of Earth's strength, but it exists, and it is offset from the planet's center by nearly 500 kilometers toward the North Pole. No other planet has a magnetic field this asymmetric relative to its rotational axis. Messenger orbited Mercury from 2011 to 2015 and mapped the field on every pass. The data confirmed the offset, but did not explain it. The leading hypothesis connects the asymmetry to the same giant impact that stripped most of Mercury's mantle and left it with a core taking up 85% of its radius. If Earth had the same core-to-planet ratio, the core would extend to within 800 kilometers of the surface. Everything that makes Earth's surface what it is, the crust, the mantle, the plate tectonics, would be compressed into a shell thinner than the distance from New York to Boston. Mercury is also shrinking. Its crust has buckled and thrust upward along fault lines called lobate scarps as the interior cools and contracts. Messenger mapped more than 5,500 kilometers of these scarps. The total contraction is approximately 7 kilometers of radius lost since formation. Some scarps cut across craters formed in the last billion years. Mercury is still shrinking today. Chapter 5. Mars has a heat problem nobody expected. InSight landed in 2018 and placed the first seismometer on another planet. The expectation was a quiet world. Mars is geologically dormant. Its surface has not been reshaped by plate tectonics for billions of years. InSight recorded over 1,300 Marsquakes in 4 years, including one at magnitude 5, the largest seismic event ever recorded on another planet. The interior structure that emerged from the seismic data was unexpected. The crust is dramatically thinner in the northern lowlands than in the southern highlands. The difference runs through the mantle. The core, a liquid iron sphere approximately 1,800 kilometers in radius, sits inside an interior that is not symmetrical. The north-south asymmetry visible on the surface, where the northern hemisphere sits several kilometers lower than the south, extends deep into the planet. The leading hypothesis for this asymmetry is a massive early impact that melted and reshaped the northern hemisphere billions of years ago. The hypothesis has not been confirmed. InSight's data narrowed the possibilities, but did not close the question. Mars is not a symmetrical planet, and nobody fully understands why. Chapter 6. Inside every planet we have studied closely, the models were wrong in at least one significant way. Jupiter's core blurs into the surrounding material. Saturn rains diamonds that dissolve before they can accumulate. Uranus traps its own heat behind a barrier we cannot see and tumbles a magnetic field that opens to the solar wind impulses. Neptune drives the solar system's fastest winds with an energy budget that cannot explain them. Mercury generates a magnetic field a solid core should not produce and is visibly shrinking. Mars shakes more than a dormant planet should and carries an asymmetry through its interior that the surface only hints at. The planets we think we know are not the planets we have described. The models were built from the outside. Every time we have gotten close enough to measure what is actually happening inside, the inside has been stranger. 7 spacecraft have visited the outer planets. 2 have visited Mercury. 1 is approaching Jupiter right now. What they find when they measure more precisely, when they stay longer, when they carry instruments built for the specific questions these interiors raised, will not confirm what we thought. It never has.